One of my clients is growing their business at an exponential pace, and they asked me to do a vlog that I think you would all benefit too. So I'm sharing it with everyone. How do you keep recognition strong even when you're growing? I'm so glad that they asked this question because it's actually so essential that we keep this front and center. Because when we don't focus on recognition, it's often that people burn out because of course folks they are growing with the organization. They're taking on more. We can't keep up the pace of recruitment. And so what ends up happening is that sometimes we lose our best people along the way as we're growing. Recognition can help insulate against burnout and fatigue. So the opportunity for us is to take a look at really how scalable are our recognition efforts already. How committed are we to making sure that our best people know that they are appreciated and valued while we're growing? And what is our philosophy down the road? When we see we're at the other end of this massive growth cycle, what will people be saying about the organization then? It allows you to take an opportunity to have a vision to the future, not just to be constantly on that daily grind of just getting it done, but allows you to focus on that future vision and say, this is what people will be saying. And then you get to reverse engineer it. So how do you do that? Here's a few things that you can be doing right off the bat. Number one, have you sent dinner home for people's families? If you've got folks staying late who are working hard to get that project done or to help with those plans, to be able to grow your physical plan, whatever that growth looks like, if they are missing dinner with their family, I sure as heck hope that you've sent dinner home to them at least once. Not only does that communicate a message to you, the employee, that we appreciate you and therefore we're going to spend a bit of money investment, which is really not very much, right? Send home Swiss chalet, it's pretty cheap. But also, it allows the family to be less resentful about the fact that their family member's gone. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm gone, my family doesn't like it. And then I take the heat. So the last thing you want is your employee to be taking the heat from the people that they love because all they're trying to do is do right by you as an organization. Number two, have milestone celebrations. As much as you may have this huge growth, whether you're not even sure where the end of it is going to be, but when you have significant growth period milestones, stop and celebrate. It doesn't have to be a long pause, but the importance of that pause is remembering how far you've come since the last time you took a pause. And that is that sense of accomplishment, that hit of dopamine that allows you to feel that sense of success. Because otherwise what can happen is it just feels like there's more to do and you get overwhelmed. And that's the first way to burn out. And I hope you're doing shout outs all the way along. And that is not just for your leaders and the business owners, but it's also for your colleagues as well. Peer-to-peer recognition is one of the easiest ways to keep recognition and momentum going. And when you have that, as you're growing, it allows everybody to have an opportunity to keep that strong recognition culture afloat. Fourth strategy is have an employee think tank. If you are finding that you're growing so exponentially that you can barely even keep on top of it, bring the employees together and even if it's just an hour out of your busy days and say, what are we doing that's working? Is there anything that's not efficient? Is there anything we could be doing differently? And it's not for it to be a big complaint session. It's really a strategy session because maybe there are things that are taking away people's time and attention that really aren't that important. Next suggestion is have a strengths map. I've shared with you in previous vlogs that there's a free, really valuable tool called the VIA Signature Strengths Survey. If people completed that, you could do a map of what people's strengths are. While you're growing, the easiest, most efficient way to maximize people's talents is to leverage their strengths. When you're trying to work outside of your strengths and push yourself on top of having a huge volume of work and tight deadlines, it's exhausting. And frankly, it's not very rewarding for people. So map out the strengths and try as best as you can to match your growth strategy to how you already have strengths within the organization. And finally, find a way to have those performance milestones. I'm sure you're measuring it as you're growing. And if you're not, you definitely need to, because what you measure matters. As you're measuring it, as you're going through those milestones, I hope that you have some of those people measures as well. And as you have those people measures, I hope you're bringing them into the celebration. So those are some of my tips about how you can grow and still embrace recognition. For all kinds of other free resources to help you keep recognition strong in your culture, feel free to hop over to my website for the cool stuff page and download a whole bunch of tools that you can use even when you're growing. My name's Sarah McVanel. Be well and be great.